I'm R.BHUSHAN. Welcome to ASG IAS. Dedicated for IAS prep, one of the best institute for IAS preparation. Editorial, The Times of India, Thursday, October 10, 2019. Why we banned e-cigarette? Why we banned e-cigarette? This article was written by Honorable Harshvardhanji. When used by never smokers, this can be gateway for cigarette smoking and drug use. Why we banned e-cigarette? I have seen, as ENT surgeon, many cancers attributed to tobacco use. As per the estimate, two-fifth of cancer in India are related to tobacco use. Nearly half of these cancer patients meet a painful death within 12 months of the diagnosis. They are suffering, and ordeal of their relatives are behind my determination to fight this menace. I do realize sensitivities involved in the field of tobacco control. However, there is nothing more important than well-being and happiness of our citizens. We can't remain a mute spectator to 13.5 lakh Indians dying every year because of the tobacco. 13.5 lakh. One Indian dies every 10 seconds. One Indian dies every 10 seconds because of this lethal habit. These deaths are preventable, and I will do all I can as a health minister and responsible citizen to protect future generation. I conceived the first ever anti-tobacco legislation in India in 1997. The Delhi Prohibition of Smoking and Non-Smokers Health Protections Act was passed in the Delhi Assembly. The Supreme Court later asked all states and the centre to follow the Delhi model and enact a similar legislation. Soon there was a central legislation banning smoking in public places in 2002. Our resolve for tobacco control is reflected in the preamble of the cigarette and other tobacco products Act COPTA 2033. This important bill was introduced in 2003 by the Sushma Swaraj and under the leadership of Atal Bihari Vajpayee in the face of the stepped resistance of tobacco lobby. The preamble states it is expedient to prohibit consumptions of cigarettes and other tobacco products which are injurious to health with the view to achieving improvement of the public health in general enjoined by Article 47 of the Constitution. We are now looking to amend COPTA 2003 to plug its loopholes. After becoming a health minister in 2014, I resumed my fight against tobacco. Despite strenuous opposition, we succeeded in getting large size 85% warning on tobacco packs along with the quit line number free multilingual telephonic counseling is successfully assisting tobacco users to quit the habit. I ensure better implementations of Gurkha and flavored chewing tobacco ban. We also launched one of the most graphic anti-tobacco awareness campaign on Indian television and cinema halls. We also initiated steps to ban e-cigarette in early 2014, considering the need for the engaging other ministries. We constituted committee of secretaries to accelerate tobacco control in India. It was heartening that as per the global adult tobacco survey 2016, India has shown 17% relative decrease in the tobacco consumption between 2010 and 2016, the steepest ever reported in any part of the world. With declining cigarette consumptions globally, cigarette companies introduce e-cigarette to remain profitable. These new products are being decep- deceptively promoted as a less harmful alternative to cigarette. The liquid in the cigarette e-cigarette usually contains nicotine, which is toxic, highly addictive, and known to be a lethal chemical. To make it more appealing to kids, more than 7,000 varieties of the flavors are mixed in the liquid. Apart from nicotine, e-cigarette cartridges can also be used to delivery devices for the addictive and harmful substances such as cannabis and the opiates. Cannabis. E-cigarette industry targets youth as potential customer, many of whom are never smokers who view devices as a form of the recreations and sometimes a fashion statement. When used by never smokers, these devices can be a gateway for cigarette smoking and other drug use. As per the US National Youth Survey, e-cigarette use acquired epidemic proportions and increased by 17.8% among high school students and by 14.5% among middle class students from 2017 to 18. Only in 1 year, there is no conclusive evidence of harm reduction as well as any cessation benefits of this product. On the contrary, newer evidence of harm is emerging, as demonstrated by the outbreak of the severe lung disease due to the vaping in New York, 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 due to 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 vaping in New York, where more than 400 people were affected and 12 reportedly died. Their use by for cessations is not yet approved under the Drugs and the Cosmetic Act, despite being solid illegally. As per the GATS 2016, prevalence of e-cigarette smoking in India was 4%. Alarmed by these statistics and emerging evidence, various expert committees and institutions, patients, and Ministry of Health to ban e-cigarette before they ban an epidemic. Also, 18 states and 2 union territories had already banned the sale of e-cigarette, vape, e-hookah, and similar devices. However, no legislation was available to ban these hazardous product across India. Therefore, on September 18, our government took a hold step by promulgating the prohibitions of electronic cigarettes production, manufacture, import, export, transport, sale, distribution, storage, and advertisement ordinance 2019. This path-breaking decision will go a long way in accelerating the tobacco control in India. Introduction of electronic nicotine delivery system would have weakened our system in the regard. I would like to appeal to smokers to really resolve to quit completely rather than being a nicotine dependent through unapproved alternatives. Nicotine replacement therapies through nicotine gums, lozenges, and patches that are safe duly approved under the Drugs and Cosmetics Act also available. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also highlighted the importance and the urgency of e-cigarette ban in UN and his Man Ki Baat recently. The writer is Union Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Science and Technology, and Earth Science. And apart from this, my hearted, he is a very nice person, Mr. Harshvardhan. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.